Before Purist, we're all car enthusiasts. We enjoy car as a common denominator around friends. We love driving. On my younger days, I used to drive a lot in the canyons with A86 and Mazda FC, RX-7s. From there on, you create a camaraderie among a bunch of car guys that really enjoy car. And that's our bonding moment together. Originally started with a group called GMR Touge, then we went into Canyon Friends. Then when we found out that the synergy of all these people can create a charitable purpose, and that's when I created Purist Group. So Purist Group at the time is more of a public group with the purpose just to help out, create charity event and help out other people. But the other two groups back in the day was more exclusive. You had to really go and be able to drive your car and just be part of that group. So that's the background of the Purist Group. There's quite a few facets, guys. If you use it 5 years as a segment, every 5 years, actually, equipment gets better, tire choices gets better, suspension gets better. But like I said, Touge is never about how fast, what's the fastest you can run from section to section is all about. It's all about condition of your mind and the friendship and camaraderie that's among friends, right? But some of the fastest driver that was in the Canyon, including some of the professional that we have on the Formula D circuit are like Kyle Mohan. Back in the day was the judges like Alex Pfeiffer, Andy Yan, Daijiro, Ken Gushi. These are all famous names that came from Touge, California Touge scene, that is. These are all the hardcore Canyon driver back in the days. I'm glad to see them actually still have a lot to do with the car space, because you also have Taka Ono, who's also competing in Formula D. Moto Miwa was actually the founder of Club 4AG, and we were playing a lot with A86 back in the day because of him. All these people that later on, they all still working for car industry. Some work for Honda, some work for Nissan, some work for Toyota, and developed into an even bigger community. It's almost 30-something years now. This is our also Paul's 10th years. So this is the first time you're actually the first person I'm going to answer this question to. So in full detail. So yes, that day, it was my charity event. We're gathering toys at Paul's facility, which is actually always evolving. Anybody that were there that day, I was the one that driving around in that red Carrera GT most of the day. At the end of the day, we're trying to pull the car back in, and Paul was about to leave. Roger Rhodes was supposed to take me out for a drive in the Carrera GT, and show me how the car handles. So I was actually the passenger of the car, and then Paul was on his way leaving, and he came out and grabbed me off the car, and he got in. And the rest of them is history. They came around the corner, the car had mechanical problems, and they crashed. And I was on site and saw him right in front of me, like this close, and in the car catch on fire. I couldn't reach him and save him, and the rest of them is a story you hear out there. So to answer one of the questions, if 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago, when I talk about the subject, it tend to bring back a lot of memory. I become very saddened, and I did went through depression because of that for a little bit. But I also understand that this is a very extraordinary individual, not because he's an actor. This is an extraordinary individual that we lost that actually carries the intention trying to help out as many people as possible, voluntarily. And that's why Purist for the past 10 years, right? This is Paul's 10th year. Purist has been around 11. The whole idea we want to help out people is to bring this good intention to the world, and not to create a legacy, not about the fame. It's just try to send out a message that you can be an honest to good God, not because you're wealth, you can donate money or anything. It's because you want to be able to help out other people. That's all, right? 10 years now, people still respect Paul Walker as a man. People still respect him, not because he's a very good car driver, not because he's super handsome, not because he's a Fast and Furious actor. It's already proven that he has a true good heart towards the world. And we like that because, I don't know about you guys out there, but I want to be like him because of that. Not because I want to be famous like Brian O'Connor, able to own a lot of cars. I want to be like that to be one day recognized and acknowledged as this is person that truly are a good dude that like to help other people. And when I die one day, which is I'm 50 something, you cannot guarantee I live forever. 10 years, 5 years later, this video will stay on forever and ever, but for me, I won't be here. Paul's message that he wants to influence everybody to do good and be kind to each other has served his purpose. His followers continue to grow, not because he's famous. His followers continue to grow, people respect what he's done. So keep this in mind. Doesn't matter how much money you have, how much power, how many cars you have, you don't earn the respect. It's what you have done for the world in the end that will bring respect to your name. I'm no longer sad or depressed about his death. Does it bother me? Yes, it bothers me. Do I miss him? Extraordinary. I mean, every day. I still have this nail print on some of the shift knobs. Originally, when I bought a car, he was alive, so there's a lot of wear marks on the Alcantara steering wheels or shift knob. I was gonna change it, you know, and now I didn't want to change it because when I drive those cars, he's part of me. It's as if he's my best friend sitting next to me, and we still go back to the younger day, where it's dumbass kids cracking stupid jokes and you know, boys be boys, right? But never for a moment that he meant any harm to anybody, and we have to keep that remembered. He's a legend today, not because Brian O'Connor, not because Fast and Furious. He's here today because he's Paul Walker. And this message is very, very important. And I hope through this, people that saw this video out there, share it out and talk about it. This is a true spirit. You guys want to know who Paul Walker is? This is who he is.
You're fucking awesome, man. You're fucking awesome, dude.